Okay, here we are, August 23rd, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and BioGem has been running solid on a resistive load all night long. So let's show you some of the phenomenons about this. Last night we were at about 170 millivolts at about 10 microamps. But I'll show you, this is a fallacy of the matrix of the cell, not actually the components of the cell. Because all we have to do is move this little taped together weight around, and you'll see that just by moving it around, the amps and volts can jump up. It's because it's just taped together, and I make them taped together for all kinds of reasons. For demonstration, mostly of it is because I only want them to last so long. We'll try to get a sweet spot here. There's a pretty sweet spot right there. So I'm going to adjust the potentiometer, and you'll see that it's really sensitive. Some millivolts go up, amps go down, millivolts go down, amps come up. And you can still peg this meter, it's still got enough juice to peg the meter, but we're trying to do a true understanding of the circuit. So we can take the resistive element out of it just by disconnecting the variable resistor. And let's see what it jumps back up to after being under load all night. So remember, the voltmeter is taking sample voltage, so it's not free sampling. So we were at 640 millivolts yesterday, and we've been under a resistive load all night. And like I said, the cell is dependent on its makeup, not so much anything else. And you can see just by moving the weight around, because like I said, it's just taped together. There's no pressure or nothing. And like I stated before, when BioGem evaporates, the two gold atoms go together and the reaction stops. You can't rehydrate it, and you definitely cannot charge it. If you try to charge it with a battery, you'll kill it. That's also the beauty of the thing. So we're at 640 millivolts, and you can see around the tape cell that it's evaporated. And for God's sakes, it's packing tape. And also I'm doing is pushing on it. Let's see if we can get it to... Yeah, it's real sensitive. It was a little bit of a hurry when I put this one together. So it's still charging up these capacitors. To me, it's pretty impressive with one drop of this solution. Okay, we're back up to the same charge that we were when we started, and climbing. I'm not sure if you could dead short a lithium-ion battery like that all night long and have it have the same results. As boring as it sounds, we're charging capacitors, we're sampling from the meter, and we're in series in an amp meter here. It still comes back up to voltage. Let's see if it comes back up to amperage. We're going to connect the resistive load here where we were a couple minutes ago, and this is what's interesting. You get to a certain point, and it doesn't matter how much you turn down the resistance, the amps don't move. Then they finally start moving. once the amp meter, it's like it self-regulates. This kind of stuff excites me. It makes me want to hurry up and finish my chip. So we're drawing it down again pretty heavily. And see that? You just a little bit of pressure back on the cell just to keep it together, and you peg the amp meter again. Let's see if we can get almost close to the same voltage and amperage we started with yesterday. There, watch the amp meter. See that? It's not me moving the potentiometer. It's like it self-regulates. It's the most interesting phenomenon about this biological energy. It works so much better when you pulse the technology out. And that's pretty well understood in microbial fuel cells across the board. Universities, dead load is it's a difficult thing to accomplish like this, but pulsing the energy out seems to be the way they're doing it. But the closest one in the universities is a gentleman named Bruce Logan, and to get 500 millivolts pulsed out of there, he's got this a mud cell about 10 inches by 10 inches square, and a little bit more complicated electrode situation. And the difference is in his electrodes, one electrode has to have oxygen to it. The other one is in mud water. So we're back up at 10 microamps, maybe a little bit more. It's self-regulating. See that? And we're almost, it's climbing. I wouldn't say it's not there yet, but it's climbing. But we got a little bit more amp draw. See, we're about 11 microamps, and it just wants to climb up. So let's see. seem to found a sweet spot. The voltage is, it's interesting, when the voltage regulates, the amperage doesn't really regulate. And when the amperage regulates, the voltage regulates. It's cool. It's a cool phenomenon. So we're going to disconnect the resistive load again, and we're going to see. There's me just pulsing it. All I'm doing is just touching it. All day long. So let's do it a little differently. Let's connect the resistive load. We'll disconnect the resistor this way, and we're just going to short the capacitors for the hell of it. Bring them to 0. Boom. 0. Boom. Maybe for some of you guys this is boring, but like I said, in observational science, if you can't take these small anomalies and blow them up a little bit, you'll never be able to scale up. Once you understand at this level, you can scale up. I have no idea what kind of power is available in this amount of solution. Couple thousand watts? I don't know. Well, we all know you can charge capacitors in series or in parallel like this, and then just discharge them in series to step the voltage way up. It's a phenomenon. It's awesome. So we'll connect the resistive load again. Remember, this has been running all night. I keep moving this stupid weight around. It doesn't weigh much. It only weighs about 18 grams. Okay, we're almost back up to 160. See that? Okay. So enough playtime at the beach. This is the aluminum side. You cannot see any erosion whatsoever. This is not a saltwater battery. And to be expected, here's the stainless steel side. Nothing. This is not a galvanic reaction. Oh, I see what my problem might be. No, they're taped together differently. See that? No, this isn't some sort of a potassium hydroxide or salt water or battery or any of that stuff. It's just sweating out of the cell. Probably leaking right by the electrodes because it's not sealed very good. Okay. And boom. 160. Now there must be a little short someplace. Well, I hope you enjoyed day 2 and probably the last video I'll make for a while, BioGem. It's just another introduction to this energy. Hope you enjoyed it. And so I'm going to turn down the potentiometer and see where it goes. Damn thing's still pulling amps. It's hilarious. See, it's interesting. Check it out. You ramp up slowly, it still has the amps. Then when it settles, see, that's self-regulating right there. It's climbing back up even under load. That's great. So just refresh your memory in the machining capabilities. Can do ferrite, ceramic, semiconductors. Here's the accuracy. And here's a toroid on a fly's head. That's adorable. Flies are ugly though. Okay. Hope you're satisfied.